Hi guys, my name is Ioannis Anifandakis and welcome to my Solid Principles playlist. In this video, we will focus on introducing you to what the Solid Principles stand for and why they're useful. While for the remaining 5 videos of the series, I will be making one video per principle. But before we continue, let me emphasize that those principles apply to every piece of software we write and not just for mobile development. And anyone who is serious enough about software development should have a good grasp about the solid principles, especially if you intend to work on a large team for a large project. Okay, and of course, let's not also forget that this is a very useful information for you before walking into that technical interview. So without further ado, let's start. Looking at the solid principles, what they are, you should already have a good understanding from my introduction about it promoting the quality and the maintainability of your project, especially for large projects. Now, in particular, the solid principles are a set of 5 principles with proven guidelines that promote the best practices for developing software that is more understandable, flexible, and maintainable. They serve as a guideline for developers to avoid common pitfalls in order to create robust and scalable software systems. Now, looking at what the origin of Solid is. Well, the Solid principles were introduced in the early 2000s by Robert C. Martin, also known as Uncle Bob. Uncle Bob is a highly respected figure in software engineering community, known for his contributions to agile development and software craftsmanship. He compiled those principles to help developers navigate the complexities of software design. Now, what SOLID stands for? Well, focusing on solid principles, each principle addresses a specific aspect of software design, helping developers to build systems that are more modular, easier to test, and less prone to bugs. Now, in the coming 5 videos, we will see each one in detail, but namely those are single responsibility principle, the open-closed principle, the list of substitution principle, interface segregation principle, and the dependency inversion principle. Now, coming to answer the question why the solid principles are so important, I have 4 bullets here, even though I'm sure we can come up with many more than these. But let's focus on these 4, okay? Now, maintainability. Now, by adhering to solid principles, we create code that is easier to understand, debug, and extend. That sums up much of what solid principles are. This is especially important in a world where the software is continuously evolving. Flexibility and scalability. Now, solid principles encourage designs that can adapt to changes. This means that our code can grow and change with new requirements without causing a domino effect when we want to add something new. Reusability. Now, well-designed software components can be used and reused across different parts of a project or even in other projects. Okay, that's the modularity that we're talking about. And this is not only good at saving time, but it also ensures consistency and reliability. And finally, let's talk about this modularity and see where it helps in testability. Now, solid principles often lead to designs that are easier to test. And this is what the modularity is all about, okay? This means that with clear responsibilities and dependencies, writing unit tests and integration tests becomes way more straightforward. This concludes the introductory video about what solid principles are and why they exist in the first place. Now, I believe you have enough understanding about what the solid principles are and what they represent, even though you don't know each principle in particular. Now, in the coming videos, we will focus on each such principle in a simple yet clear way. Okay, so I will see you on the next one. Have fun.